every business owner need to understand what does the bank look out for when they want to extend a bank loan. And it's good to understand that bank loan for housing is not a unsecured loan. It is a secured loan. It is a mortgage which is connected to the property. So I remember this one. It's a recent thing that happened. He runs a very respectable business, good numbers and everything. Okay, he has two major problems. He didn't look after his credit score. So he used to take credit card, never pay properly. Then he go and take loans from licensed money lenders, but but the interest rate is very high, that kind of stuff. So what happened was his credit rating not good. Okay. So when he want to actually buy a house, so he tried a few times, cannot get.
Small business owners often face challenges in order for them to grow. It is not easy for an individual out there to get a proper advice, and even so they are advices, it might either be the wrong one or the one without proper hands-on experience on the field itself. Hi, I'm Humaira from Accounting Superhero. Me and my team handle sales and client success work for our clients both in Malaysia and in Singapore. Every week, I will book a one-to-one session with Mr. Faz, who is my boss, for me to get a bit of mentoring from him for me to perform better in my role. Join me as I go through various topics with him relevant to business owners like yourself who are keen to grow and go to the next level. But before that, I would like to just put a bit of a disclaimer in which whatever will be shared by Mr. Faz will be based on his real-life experience as a chartered accountant in the industry for more than 20 years. Just so you know, Mr. Faz is a no bullshit kind of person. You ready? Let's go. Hi, Mr. Faz. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Hi.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Nice to see you again, Umara.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
All good?
Good, all good. Okay. Right. It's actually good that we got to sit again together because I actually got another thing that I want to ask you lah. Okay. Of course lah, me coming always with new topics to discuss.
Alhamdulillah, that's good.
Yeah, because sometimes I just have more and more things to know from you lah. Okay, so I had a thought, like me as an employee and all other employees out there, we work with a company and we get our monthly pay slips with monthly CPF or EPF records and all. And if we were to apply for a home loan from the bank, there are processes to that, but it might just be a good one that will let us go through the processes and get the loans lah. But I had a thought about business owners. If business owners want to apply for home loans, right, from the bank, because they don't have payslip, they don't have monthly CPF or EPF calculation and all. So I was thinking, like, if they were to come to the bank, is there a different assessment that is being done to them? So actually, if they go to the bank, what will the bank actually look into for them to approve a loan for business owners? Can we? I just want to ask you for me to just understand more about this.
Sure, inshallah. I think it's a very good topic that you brought up because it's very real. As an employee, memang true that you actually have a salary slip, you have your CPF or EPF contribution history, right? All of this is to show that you are able to actually get a loan easier in that sense. And of course, if you work in the government sector in Singapore or in Malaysia, it's even easier to actually get a loan for housing, even subsidized loans and things like that. So as a business owner, also you mentioned it's true. Business owner usually they don't have all these documents ready, and most of the time they don't put in any CPF or any EPF and that kind of thing, right? So when they want to buy a house, nak dapat loan tu is difficult lah. It's going to be difficult for them. So there are things that we can do to actually make this a better process, inshallah. Alright. So first and foremost, I think every business owner need to understand what does the bank look out for. Okay, when they want to extend a bank loan, and it's good to understand that bank loan for housing is not a unsecured loan. It is a secured loan. it is a mortgage which is connected to the property.
Okay.
Okay, so usually it is not so difficult to get a loan for this. But as a business owner, you need to have certain things in place lah. So first and for all, I think it's very important for the business owner to show that they have a stable and predictable income. Stable means for the past 2 or 3 years, you can show past 2 or 3 years, every month there is income going into your bank accounts. So it's verifiable, stable. And predictable means it must be consistent in amount, not just in frequency. That means every month ada is frequency, every month ada a certain amount is predictability.
Oh.
Okay, so maknanya kalau one month masuk 3,000, the other month masuk 1,000, the other month masuk 10,000, it's not so good. So it's good if it's a certain consistent amount, right? Number 2, all of these amounts go in. Do you declare that for income tax? So that's another thing lah. So it's important that that the business owner is able to show that they have a proper income tax which they have submitted. If they are running a sole proprietorship business, then this income will be shown under their personal income. Okay, their personal income tax, and then submitted, and they have a proper assessment. If they run a private limited company, it's different. So they must have income from the company. Next is they should have a strong credit history. Meaning, for example, in Singapore and in Malaysia, both countries, you are able to check your credit rating, right? Meaning, in Malaysia, you can take a CITAS report, and the banks have the CCRS, secret reports. In Singapore, you have the CCB reports, Consumer Credit Bureau reports. These reports you can actually purchase, and you can look at it, and it can show you what is your rating, right? So it's important for you to have a good rating lah. With a good rating, banks are more, happier to give you a loan because they know that you have a good rating. You look after your credit. Another thing to also look at is whether you have a good debt to income ratio. So in Singapore, we call this TDSR, total debt servicing ratio, and all these ratios lah. Essentially, to keep it simple, is this lah. You can have a certain amount of income. How much of it is used to service a debt? That percentage of it should be low. So you need to have balance of disposable income.
Percentage should be low, meaning?
That means if you have a monthly income of 10,000, then you have to pay commitments, housing loan satu, kereta satu, car loan satu, whatever loans lah, come up to 7,000. You only left with 3,000. You want to buy another house, can? Susah lah, because you're already at 70% committed already. Your commitment level is at 70%. Too high. Okay, so bank may not want to lend you. So if you don't have any car, or your car payment is very small, compared to your income and everything, if you don't have an existing home loan or any other loans, then your ratio is good. You should be able to get lah.
Meaning the lower the better lah, because got more extra if they were to apply for some other loans.
Correct. True.
Okay.
Right. And then last but not least is your as a business owner, your business and your personal tax compliance. So this is about making sure that you close the loop lah. And you can declare whatever amount you want, or you can mention to the bank, this is my income level or whatever it is. You can have a good credit rating. You can have a good TDSR, debt servicing ratio. But at the end of the day, you must also prove that yes, this is what was submitted to the income tax department, either in Singapore or in Malaysia. Then they will give out the assessments. Assessment also prove yes, this is what was actually submitted. This is the tax we paid. So this is the final loop. It's closed.
Everywhere is backed up with the submitted. Okay, so these are the things that bank looks into from business owner. Actually, it's different from how employee were to apply for a home loan from bank than the business owner themselves lah.
Yep.
So you mentioned about the incomes that they generate, and this is where bank assess things.
Yep.
So on their end, to ensure that everything is being properly structured for them to be able to make their application approved, what are the things that they need to look into?
Yeah, good question. Okay, so to answer this, I think there's two parts lah. I would say the business owner, either they run a sole proprietorship business or the business owner has a private limited company. Okay, so we look
Because tax
to this,
different.
different lah. Yeah. So let's look into the first area first lah. What if he runs a sole proprietorship business or a partnership business? So what happens is the business income, at the end of the day, the profit that is determined there will become the business owner's personal income. Okay.
Yeah.
So if the business has a profit of 30,000, that is the business owner personal income, 30,000. So this means that you need to make sure your business is profitable.
Business is profitable. So that it shows on.
Yes, it will then be tax on you, right? And it must be a good amount. So you cannot show at the end of the day profit 2,000. Then you're so happy. Okay, 2,000. Cannot You must show a big amount
Yeah,
right.
To deduct commitment some more.
Yes. So it must be a proper sizable amount Of course, I'm talking about businesses which has been around for a long time and you know actually your business is profitable. So because normally, when you run a sole proprietorship business, generally people tend to don't put their figures so correct in that sense. This is a practice from long ago right, which is not right So what I would say is do the figures properly, make sure you run it properly, get real accounts prepared. Whatever is a profit on there, it's a real profit, show it as your personal income. That's it. Okay, then when you file it, you get the tax assessment, it'll be under your name, and then you can submit it for bank loan assessments. Right? Importantly is the strategy behind it is to make sure that it's consistent profits every year. Every year must have profit. Okay, the documents that you the reports that you prepare, income statement that you prepare must be accurate. So don't do funny business. Okay, don't just anyhow put whatever figures you want. Go and see an accountant, prepare the proper numbers. Make sure it's verifiable. Okay, and then get your accountant or your tax agent to prepare your taxes to the best possible scenario. Okay, because they will know what can be deducted, what cannot be deducted, what can be deducted extra, what you can do next year to improve your taxes. So they can give you the best advice. They can help you also. So talk to your accountant, make sure this is done. Okay, what you want is every year show a good profit. Okay, then that's it. Then you're done. If you are in the second group, which is the owner of a private limited company, the company and you is separate. Okay, so the company needs to pay you a salary. Okay, the salary can be in form of a employment salary, or it can be the form of the director's fees. This is the income that you need to show for the bank to see. Okay, this is it, not the company's profits. The company's profit is separate.
Because you're applying loan on your behalf.
Yes, for your personal basis right? So your salary or your director's fees, right? If you were to ask me, how about dividends and all that? Dividends, the bank don't look at it. They will not look at it at all. Dividend income will not be used.
Why?
In the assessment of any housing loans.
I see. Why is that?
Because dividend income is a income which is given by the company at their prerogative if they want to give. It is not consistent, it's not predictable.
It's not your own sort of work.
It is given when they want to give. So they can give, you can don't give, so you have no control over it.
It's not something confirmed lah.
Yes, correct. So the bank cannot use dividends. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's either salary or director's fees.
Okay.
So the important thing behind here is the strategy as a business owner. If you are running a private limited, what you can do is make sure you structure your remuneration monthly and annually in the form of salaries and director's fees. Okay, whatever excess beyond the amount that you need to get you qualified for loans, the excess you can put it as dividends. So, for example, say from the company you are able to get $200,000 every year. In order for you to get loans and everything, for you to buy a house or whatever that you need, you need to show 150,000 in terms of salaries or director's fees. So structure it in such a way that your salary and director's fees is 150,000.
Consistently.
Consistently over the 12 months. The 50,000 can be a dividend.
This is a side question I'm surprised. Usually, how long back does banks wants to look at the business owners punya records? How years back ke, or is it 1 year enough?
Okay, if you're running a business, a sole proprietorship, they will look 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Okay.
Okay, consistently. Right? If you are a director in a private limited company or Sdn Bhd, it's usually 1 year to 2 years max.
Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can. I see. These are the ways that business owner can structure their income lah.
Yep. Importantly, Humaira, is to just make sure that the income is shown in a consistent manner, in a predictable manner. Okay,
Predictable.
not up down, but consistent. Every month there is remuneration and is verifiable.
I see. I think it's more of the matter of repaying the loan that sort of want to reassure the bank that it can be payable back lah.
Yep.
I see.
You're a good borrower lah.
Can. Okay, so is there any certain habits in terms of their own financial that they can practice to just make the approval rate increase for their bank loans to go through?
Yep. Actually, there's all these things require advanced planning lah. So
correct.
before you even want to buy a house, say 2-3 years before that, you have to plan ahead lah. If you're not an employee, if you're a business owner, there's a lot of things that you need to do. So I may have a few points. We take it one by one.
Okay.
Number one, make sure that you pay yourself a proper salary every month. So as a sole proprietorship owner, make sure that every month you're able to have a certain amount transferred to you to show that this is the income that I get. And of course, this will form the part of the net profit of the business lah at the end of the year, right? If you are a private limited owner, make sure that your salary is done with CPF because you can become the employee, right? So you become an employee.
Correct.
So get a salary and get CPF. If you don't want to pay CPF for whatever reason, then do it via director's fees. Okay? Make sure it's monthly. Do a pay slip, everything nicely. Transfer the money inside your bank account. Everything is verifiable. So do this consistently. Okay. Then number 2 is make sure your business finances and your personal finances are separate. So okay, I give you an example when it's not separate. When it's not separate is every month I just take 1,000 je from my company.
Okay.
1,000 is for me to spend. But the company pay for my wife, company pay for my children, pay for my mother, pay for my car, pay for my this, pay for my that. That's wrong. Actually, you total up all of these things. This is my remuneration.
This podcast has been brought to you by Accounting Superhero, your trusted Zero and SME compliance partner in Singapore and Malaysia. Switch up to Accounting Superhero today.
This is what it should be shown as my remuneration, my monthly payment. So that's what should be done. Then for this whole amount paid to me, then I pay other things. So when you look at the verifiable to the bank statements, the company or the business pay you this full amount every month, then you make whatever payment, doesn't matter.
That's the after story. Yeah.
That's correct. Okay. So that is very important. Keep it separate. Okay. And then make sure that you don't touch the company's bank account. Whether is it sole proprietorship or is it private limited, you don't go and touch it with using a Nets card or debit card and spend happy or don't. Make sure you pay yourself first, then you can spend how you want to spend. Okay, keep it separate. So if that means having a separate bank account or something like that, please open a separate account. Very important. Okay, and then this thing about, I just want to mention about submit. At the end of the day, must submit your income taxes, right? So when you submit the income tax, must make sure that you submit the correct amount. Okay, meaning just now I mentioned to you that if you actually pay yourself the whole everything, then you pay out on your side, right? When you report to income tax, you report that you received all the amount, the full amount, right? This is what you need to report to income tax as your income. When you report this, of course there will be taxes lah.
Yeah.
You have to pay higher taxes lah. But that is the correct. So when your notice of assessment is received, it will show the gross amount that you receive as your income. That is the correct figure, and that's good because when a bank look at it, they see, wow, this person is getting a good income. So will they want to lend to you? Yes. But if you just tell no, I only take 1,000 only, will they want to lend to you?
No, because yeah.
Right? Then the ratio and all that will fail, right? So this is very important. So declare and submit the correct amount for income taxes lah. Next is maintain proper accounting records. So as I mentioned just now earlier, whenever you want to actually get a loan from the bank, especially when you are running a sole proprietorship business, because the business and you is the same, your income is from the business, right? They will want to see your profit or loss. Because the profit there is yours. That's your income.
This is all prop, right?
Sole prop.
Okay.
So you need to make sure everything else there is also correct. Not just net profit. Everything must be correct. Your sales, your cost of sales, your expenses, rental, bulk, everything.
Other components.
Everything must be correct. In order for you to do that, get a good accountant, prepare this perfectly, so that if the bank were to question, you can answer, you can prove.
Yeah.
Nothing to report.
Best to do it proper lah from start.
Yes.
So that less worry. Actually, nothing to worry lah because everything is clean.
Yes. I always believe in having a good night's sleep. You do the right things, always nothing to worry about. Everything happen, you just show everything I've done. That's it. Okay. Next is to build a strong credit score. So we mentioned just now about in Singapore there is a CCB report. Malaysia there's CCRS and so CTOS. So go and check all these things. If it's not good, you have to start adjusting the way you do things. Make sure that if you have any loans, personal loans, credit card loans, everything, make sure the payments are all done. Every month must be. Credit card bills especially, don't pay minimum sum. Pay the full amount. Finish it. Okay? If you have a problem with it, make sure you go and ask for installments in advance. So look after your repayments. Make sure before the due date, 3 days before, pay first. So this is really, really important. The bank see, you can manage credit card, means you can manage
loan lah.
loan, right? And then when buying a house, I think it's very important that you don't just take a loan to cover the full amount. Okay, that makes your repayment higher. So aim for a 20% deposit, aim for 25% deposit or something like that.
Down payment like the introductory payment.
Yes, the down payment, the initial amount that you pay. So of course you can pay this via your CPF funds. You can pay this via EPF as well. If you can pay more, pay more. Never mind, right? Pay as much as you can from these two accounts. So your balance remainder, which you actually take up a loan for, every month when you pay is lesser. It's not so difficult for you.
But will bank actually approve 100% loan?
Yes.
For house even.
There are circumstances where it can happen. Yeah.
I see. Okay, can. But best to put down payment first.
Yep.
Okay.
Aim for a proper amount lah. Yeah. And then last but not least, before you apply for a loan for a home, because usually home loan is big amount, right? So before you do so, check first what are the loans you have. If there are certain loans, small ones that you can quickly repay first, close up all these things. So when you want to apply, remember the ratio, right? The debt servicing ratio is lower, is better, then you can get a higher chance of approval. Yeah.
Can.
I hope this kind of like something which is doable lah. Well, how does it sound?
It's a detailed approach that you explained. So it's something that can be practiced by business owners lah before they can actually go into loan application. So yeah, we talk a lot about the income tax, the corporate tax, which plays a role about applying loan. So as an accountant perspective, you are an accountant. So what advice would you want to give to business owners before they actually go into loan applications for house? Is there anything? Yeah.
I think it's basically, I would have to repeat a few things I said earlier lah.
Yes.
But this is my advice. First and foremost, when you want to actually apply for mortgage loan, it doesn't happen in 2 or 3 days. You need to actually be prepared years in advance. Make sure your income taxes are all filed in advance properly. Okay, even if that means you're gonna pay more taxes, pay it. Okay, declare the right amount, pay the taxes. Make sure your notice of assessments can prove that you have a certain income level. Then it will help you. Make sure that your income is stable. Every month, the income is there. It's a certain amount which is predictable as well. This makes yourself to become more friendly to the bank. The bank will see you as someone they are confident to give a loan to. Make sure your personal income and your business income is separated. Okay, the business pays you the income, then from your income you pay your expenses. Don't mix it together. Right? Make sure you check your credit score, your credit rating. Make sure you get a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
In Singapore, if you look at the CCB report, go for B or C or higher. Don't go below that lah.
Oh, there are ratings to that.
There's ratings. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just now you said which one is okay?
At least a C lah.
At least a C and above.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Okay. Of course, if you can go for double A. There's A and
That's
then there's
good.
double A. So go for double A. That's the best.
Can.
Okay. And then last but not least, maybe plan your year ahead when you want to actually go into the getting the loan. Getting the loan. So do it at a time where you know that there's the interest rates are going down. You know, their bank are giving out promotions for home loans and that kind of stuff. So do it at the right time. Okay. If your business not doing well at that point in time, that year, your numbers not very good, maybe if you can delay it a bit. Delay until things get better. So these are certain things which play a role lah.
See.
Yep. I think this can help you if you plan ahead, maybe 3 years or 5 years ahead. At least you know the next 3 years or next 5 years, I can buy a house only by then. Yeah.
Understand. Yeah. So you touch about some things that business owners can do for them to have a seamless loan application with the bank. You talk about they can organize how they are getting paid every month. Also for them to maintain their credit records and for them to just ensure that all the taxes that they need to submit are in order and to just make sure everything is clean and clear lah, so that things will go on smoothly. Like you said, also it's important to start at least 3 years in advance before your aim target of when you want to apply for the loan.
Yep.
Right.
I like your clean and clear. Like
Really. to have a good nice sleep, like you said. Right. So yeah, we've covered a lot, but of course I'm Mr. Faz. You know what I always want at the end of the day. So do you have like a real life story or experience that you witnessed or our own clients probably face that you want to share? Probably just for us to get a real life touch on this.
Yes, I do. When you mentioned this topic, just now I was just thinking, just in case, if you were to ask me for a horror story, I try to prepare one quickly. So I remember there's one. It's a recent thing that happened lah. So one of our clients, he's a young man, okay, very good guy. I love him very much. He's a very, very good guy. He runs a very respectable business, good numbers and everything. Okay, he has two major problems.
Okay.
Number one, in the past, he didn't look after his credit score. So he used to take credit card, never pay properly. Then he go and take he go and take loans from licensed money lenders. But but the interest rate is very high, that kind of stuff. just to help to make sure the business continues. So what happened was his credit rating not good.
Okay.
Okay. So when he want to actually buy a house, when he's running a business, so he doesn't have any CPF also, nothing contributed, right? So he tried a few times, cannot get, so very, very upsetting for him. So then that at that point in time he wasn't married yet. He tried to apply under the fiancé scheme in Singapore to buy a flat, didn't get approved. Then he got married, right? He got married already, he have to stay with in-laws place and all that. So obviously a bit upsetting and all that lah. So the thing is, this thing have to solve quickly lah, like within 2 years or something, right? So of course on our side we try to help him. We open up the company, private limited, structure everything nicely, make sure every month there's pay and all that lah. But in the first year he tried to apply again, still cannot go through because his credit rating still bad, and he has a lot of small loans he has not paid now. So although there's a company already and there's a salary and everything, but because of this issue, still cannot. So very sad, very upsetting for him. So now he's in the process of finishing up all the loans, improving the credit score and all that, and his personal income also try to increase it a bit, right? But the sad part is, I think it has created a rift between our client and the spouse. Because
Okay.
why? He keep promising, okay, next 6 months we buy a house, next 6 months we buy a flat, this month we buy a flat. No, but it never happened. So because you keep saying it, and then your spouse keep getting disappointed, right? It's created a rift between them, which is a very sad thing for him to go through lah. So I guess my story for you is that this thing have to plan ahead.
Betul.
If at the end of the day there's things which are preventing you from getting the loan that you want, fix it as fast as you can, and then make sure that predictability and consistency is done. Okay, then give it a year or so and try lah.
I see.
So normally when you want to purchase a property, right, a home loan, before you really apply for a home loan, you can do an eligibility test. So you can ask the bank to assess whether they can give you a loan or not.
That's helpful lah actually.
So with that letter from the bank saying that you are pre-approved for a certain amount is better lah.
Yeah.
So in Singapore, there is this thing called home loan eligibility. All this kind of documentation that you check with the bank. The bank will go through everything and tell you, okay, you are pre-approved for a certain amount.
They are more assured lah if they do that before applying.
So this is something that can be done lah. So the horror story, I guess, is short, but the impact onto him, onto the client is quite big lah. Because he cannot fulfill his promise. Yeah. Very, very sad.
See, probably from what I can think on my end is the timeline of him aiming to buy the house have to be much more, how to say, much more achievable lah. Like
it's more realistic.
Realistic. Yeah. Like if he require more time, then I think it's fine to really outlay it clearly lah.
Right.
There's a lot to look at before buying a house.
Yes.
I mean as employee, but much more as a business owner.
Yep. And I think it's very important that a business owner to make sure that you actually have a proper housing loan settled lah. Because can you imagine, you're the boss, you have so many employees all you look after them properly, they also can buy their own homes and all that, but then you yourself cannot get it done, right? So that's very tragic lah. So
I see.
I think whoever's watching this episode of BBU today, if you have any issues making sure that your numbers are in order, that you are eligible for a home loan in future, do chat with us. I think we can try to help you, right? See how your business is actually faring, how your numbers are done, whether you are on track to maybe getting a loan in the next 2 years or so. Yep.
Yeah. Please feel free to come to us and we can assist you lah. See. Can. Right. So thank you, Mr. Faz, for going through this, I would say, heavy topic, but something insightful with me. I learned a lot today. Yeah, I'm always looking forward to know more lah in our next sessions.
I'm always happy to have you here and go through a topic with you.
Okay. Right. Thank you, Mr. Faz.
Most welcome. Take care.
Thank you. So, do you enjoy this topic? If you do, please feel free to check out our bonus freebies at our Faz The Accountant website. In the next episode, we'll touch on another interesting topic. Should I give my staff a pay raise this year? How should you decide this as a business owner? See you on the next episode.